We're gonna move on to the next topic here. We got unethical blacklisting of carriers. Should Carrier411 be investigated? Look, I want y'all to meet my man here, this handsome devil here. His name is Darren Brewer. He's the owner and founder of Carrier411. Now, this is an important topic for a lot of us truck drivers, because a lot of us, we have been uh, done in by this company here.
Yeah.
So those who don't know, Carrier411 provides reports to freight brokers about trucking companies' safety, compliance, and reliability. So they kind of acts as like how we look at Safer Well. But however, numerous complaints from truckers that Carrier411 allows brokers to post false or misleading information that damages carrier businesses, which is an issue.
Right.
Truckers claim brokers can post negative reviews without verification, investigation, or carrier input. False info has allegedly caused truckers to lose business for brokers and not wanting to work with them. Carriers unable to get inaccurate data fixed or removed from Carrier411, which causes potential large financial losses. Now, on that part about the carriers unable to get inaccurate data fixed or removed from Carrier411. Okay, here's the thing with Carrier411.
All right.
If you're not a broker, they don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
That could be a problem. That could be a legal problem if carriers would pursue this hard. Um, Throughout my research, it was funny because Gene, he didn't really know a lot about Carrier411. I had a run in with them where I had to threaten a lawsuit against the broker who put a false claim on me through Carrier411 for defamation of character. But it was funny because we did a little research and we went up under the Better Business Bureau. And Carrier411 has around 189 complaints. None of the complaints have been addressed. All of them were unanswered and closed on the Better Business Bureau website. And you had carriers on there stating that brokers were accusing them of fraud in the Carrier411 complaint, accusing them of fraudulent activities because they may have refused the load because the load may have been too heavy for their truck, or you know, or any other issue. Now, what do you think we should do about this, Eugene? Do you think they should be investigated,
Well, of
or do you
course,
think they should
because
be left alone?
no, I definitely don't think they should be left alone because most companies offer you some type of due process. You
Mhm.
know, if you're accused of something or if you're banned from something, most companies will, well, most of these companies will offer you some type of due process. The IRS will offer you a due process, an appeals process, if they if you feel like you've been wronged or they charge you too much money or they're asking, they'll give you an appeals process. Even DAC, if a carrier puts, as a driver, if a carrier puts something on your DAC report, you as a driver have a due process. You can go to DAC and try to appeal it and talk about it. Carrier411, the times you've tried to call them, what did they say? They hang the phone up. We're not
They
talking to
hang the
drivers.
phone up, but we don't want to talk to you. The first
No.
thing they gonna ask when you call, see, this is the got you. See, this is the smooth shit they do. When you call, they pick up the phone. This is what they say. What's your MC number? See, they trying to make a determination whether they want to talk to you then or not. But it's sad because this platform is supported by an association called Smart Way, and it's another one. I have to go back to it. It's two associations that they rock with. If we can't put
Is it
Carrier411 under fire, we got
TIA, wasn't it?
No, they ain't have TIA on their website. I might have been
Okay.
wrong about it when we was talking off air about that. But it
Okay.
was another one. I could look it up real quick. But
And
these associations here really need to be put under fire for their support of a company like this, because I don't think a company that can put carriers out of business based on a lie should even be in business. Truth be told, it's called the NITL.
okay. I
Yeah,
don't think
the
yeah.
National Industrial Transportation League.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to blow these organizations up. We, all of us, don't worry about FMCSA right now. Call the organizations, get a little bit more information. Then you can apply pressure on the FMCSA. But something got to be done about this here, man, because this here ridiculous. Because I actually had the experience with a broker named Russ. That's his
Mhm.
name. I'm not gonna call his last name because I don't want him to sue me. He's such a big ass baby. But 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 he we had an account with him pulling intermodal.
Right.
The agreement was for him to pay weekly. Now my guys are out here pulling these containers. We got like 20 to 30 of their loads sitting on our yard. Furniture load. Good account if you got somebody supervising it right. I'm up at 6 o'clock every morning.
Mhm.
Russ, send me the information so we can get all this stuff picked up. This dude don't start operating till 10 or 11 o'clock, around lunchtime, when he get up off of whatever binge he on,
yeah.
right? So immediately, it was throwing red flags because he had us behind on picking up the loads. It was at one time we had like 50 loads to pick up. You dealing with the rail, you got to start early. This
Yeah.
dude ain't getting us the release number over to like 10 or 11 o'clock in the afternoon. Then when the shit collapsed, he want to start pointing the finger. But
Right.
unfortunately for him, and fortunate for me, I don't delete emails. And when I start seeing red flags, the only way we can communicate is through email or through text. So
Mhm.
anyway, it was a period, it was like 3 weeks went by, no pay. Now we got these loads on our yards, winding these loads down. These loads sitting on our yard.
Right.
I halted operation. Told him, Russ, till we get paid, we can't continue the operation. Got to get paid first. He gets upset, through it all after we come. This after we done came to the agreement of him doing what he's supposed to do. He puts a freight guard on me, said that I held his loads hostage.
Mm.
Now I don't know what everybody's definition of hostage is, but it's not considered me holding your loads hostage when you holding the check hostage.
Yeah.
I reserve the right to stop operation and to hold, as a business owner, hold your property to this agreement get right, because I'm not going to be in court tied up in litigation, lawsuit, wasting my time, pulling me away from my business just to sue you for my money.
Mhm.
So anyway, he puts the freight guard on. A couple of months went by before I realized what was going on. When I found out what was going on, I emailed Freight Guard, because what they do when they
Okay.
put a Freight Guard on you, they send you an email. Now, when I saw the
Oh,
email, I didn't even know who they was. I just saw Russ' name on it, and I was like, "Oh, big ass baby," and I just overlooked it. I didn't even know what Carrier411 was
okay.
till I ran across a broker that said he couldn't use me because that was on me, and then
Because you
he
had a freight
explained to me
guard.
what Carrier411 was.
right.
That's when I replied to the email that Carrier411 sent me. And I just told him, and everybody write this down, or you can reword it how you want. Dear Carrier411, I see you have a freight guard on me. I have documents proving that these are false allegations. If I don't get a call within 48 hours, I'm filing a lawsuit of defamation of character. I bet you get a call back from them then. Because I did. And when I
right.
talked to them and they told me everything to do, I contacted Russ Company. And I let them know, hey, he got a freight guard on me. Here go the document. I'm gonna give you a certain amount of time to get it pulled off. They read through the documents. Apparently, he was a broker they was having issues with anyway. They wanted to separate themselves, so to speak, because that's what a lot of big companies do. So they wanted to separate themselves, and they pulled the freight guard off. And see, you get these brokers. A lot of these brokers so doggone crooked. They do deals when they had already made a deal with you. They doing deals with another carrier too, because
Mhm.
they want to make sure they cover, because they already know, a lot of them already know they're dirt bags. So they have to predict if you're going to bail out on them. That's where a
Yeah,
lot of these freight guards come in against these carriers. But see, here's the thing: brokers pay the carriers what they worth. You won't have
yeah,
to be spooked about if they're going to cancel your load for a higher paying load.
right.
Pay them what they worth. No carrier is obligated to in this market. Hey, let's play the game fair. You want to create a market, an open market. I don't have any obligations to keep my word in a market like that you predicting the price on.
Mhm.
I don't really have a say in the price. I tell you 2000, you tell me 17.
Right. Yeah, which
So,
we like
huh?
you said, like which we've said a few times before, where we have been in rooms with brokers that have pretty much pat themselves on the back and
Oh, they
applauded one
nasty.
another and
They
applauded one
nasty.
another. I remember we were talking about we were in doing this broker class, this broker meeting, and a conference call with different brokers. And this young lady, she was a carrier, but she was learning how to broker also. And so she really was conflicted because she said, "Hey, I'm trying to be fair to that trucking company because I understand his expenses. I understand he has to go from here to there. So I'm trying to be, fair, but at the same token, I'm only working with what money the shipper is offering. I still want to get paid, but I want to be fair to that driver. How do I she was just asking some good questions. How do I, make these type of changes and still be profitable?" And they all pretty much said, "Don't worry about the carrier. That's not your business." We know that sounds tough and sound bad, but hey, that carrier has to know his own costs. If he's trying to get home for because he promised his kid that he was going to be there for the baseball game this week, he's willing to take whatever load.
Playing on
You
your
know,
weaknesses.
right? So you just have to do what you feel is right, basically what they were trying to tell her, and just be profitable with whatever loads that the shipper offers you. Because if that carrier has the opportunity to do another load from somebody, they're just going to tell you, "Hey, my truck broke down," or "Hey, this happened or that happened," and they're just going to leave you in the wind, and they're going to go and get that other load. Now you're left to find another carrier. So no, you make sure that you're taken care of, is what they shared with her. And
Right.
she you could tell, we couldn't see her face, because we was on the conference call, but you could just tell from her
Well,
pause and her
well,
silence.
she had her video off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you could tell from her silence that she was like, wow.